Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome, guys. It's been a long time since I made video. So today I'll just talk about some, all this refutation culture, people refuting each other, and what is truth? What is the value of truth? Do you have the truth? How do you know if you have the truth or not? And we're going to discuss some of these things. Yeah. So maybe we'll touch on the concept of ijma. What is ijma? I've seen this quoted a lot. This is the ijma. What is that? Okay, we're going to talk about some of these things. Now, do you know one of the things that affects a human the most, especially when you're growing up? That's when you're actually building your, like when you're growing up, you're not using logic, you're not using reason. You're just probably following whatever it is people are teaching you around there. So psychologists have noticed that the early days of a human life is actually one of the most important, which means that the things that you're taught at those times, they might stay with you forever. Okay, so those might be when we're actually building our biases, the things we were taught when we were younger. That's when you actually build your biases. So when I was young, I was being taught a particular kind of Islam. I didn't have the power or the rationale to be able to say, to be able to discern if this is right or wrong. I wasn't able to do that. I just followed it, I just followed it. And thinking about it, I'm not that old actually. Like, how long have I really been in this life to be able to, like, not too long, yeah. So when I was younger, I was just taught whatever I was taught. That's what I believed. That's what I was using. It worked, right? Your family, you're happy, everybody, community, right? Then suddenly I became a Salafi. It happened so fast. All of a sudden I became a Salafi, right? And just like that, I started following down to just like that. Like, you have to just conform. So what I want to point to you is that this, you might think like you have the truth, okay? Because that word gets thrown around everywhere, but it might be that you're just conforming, okay? So there's a difference between reasoning and conforming. There's a big difference. You're just conforming. You are not able to, what's it called? You're not able to challenge the narrative of what you have been taught. You cannot then say, see, I don't have any problem if someone wants to conform, but I already pointed out one of the problems of this conforming thing, like, I just follow, that idea. One of the biggest problems is that anyone can just say it, anyone can use it, whether they're Christian or Muslim, whether they are any sect you think that is wrong, they can just come and say, I just follow. Because what are you doing that is different from them? They are just following what they think is right, just like you. That's why I'm saying let's use reason, whatever that means, anyway. But at least reason is an attempt to try not to be unbiased, to try and examine things, and be open that if I see the truth somehow, I'm gonna change. That is what we are calling to. You're saying, let us conform. It will just be fear mongering, like I pointed out. It will just be like, hey, you go to hellfire if you don't follow this understanding. That's what it will end up becoming. But me, I'm saying no. Okay? Because if you conform, you're gonna end up, let's say there's one truth. Among all of us, there's one truth. Conforming will give you the least chance of finding that truth. Whereas reasoning can actually increase. Because every group will want to say their view is actually logical and reasonable, right? That's why I'm saying we use reason. Now, you have to be consistent. By the way, just to throw it in, do you know, I saw like a Christian apologist. A lot of them are becoming atheists. Christian apologists, people that are doing Dawah, Christian Dawah, they are becoming atheists. And you might be like, what is that? Because see, when you're doing Dawah, this is why I was saying that some people even said, don't do Dawah. You might be like, what do you mean don't do Dawah? The kind of Dawah they're talking about is this kind of argumentative Dawah, okay? Because what is the point of you arguing with somebody if you're not ready to change, if you lose the argument? There's no point. It should just be like you're just shouting at each other. But if you go into this argumentative, trying to prove something, you go to the Bible, you check all of that, you're trying to do that. When someone comes and do it to you, for instance, you go into the Bible and you try to, you try to find some contradictions here and there. If they do it to you, you have to take it seriously. You cannot just say, there's no contradiction anywhere in the Islamic narrative. Just like I have a contradiction. He's like, no, there is no contradiction. It's not possible. It's impossible for there to be contradiction. What do you mean? Have you ever thought about those points that they are raising? Have you ever solved them? No, you didn't solve them. You just conform. Why can't the Christian do the same? They can easily just say, you know what, I just conform too. So you see, this idea of conforming, that's why most people, whether they are philosophers or anybody, they will never tell you to conform, to just follow something. Because the percentage that you're following the wrong thing is high. Anyway, that's that about that. So when I see people refuting each other, and all they have to prove is that this sheikh said this, I'm like, bro, who cares what that sheikh said? Who is that sheikh? Is he somehow exempted from reasoning? No. Who is he? Whoever it is, they are not exempted from reasoning. We can apply the scrutiny of reasoning on them or anybody else. And that's our way of finding the truth, especially when we are not there presently. So if you tell me something about the time of the Sahabas or the time of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, why should I believe that? I have to apply my reasoning to dissect between what is truth and what is. I have to do that. If not, I will just accept anything, right? And I also pointed this out in another video that if you notice that people in the past, see, for instance, Imam Bukhari, let's just give Imam Bukhari's example. Why didn't he just accept all the hadiths that came to him? Why did he have to come up with criteria? Hey, if any hadith has this and the chain is like this, what is he doing there? Who taught him that? Is there any dalil? Is there any dalil for the hadith science? Okay, the muhaddisun, the kind of approach, the hadith science, the kind of approach that he used to check which hadith is this and this one is that. Is that something? Do you have dalil for that? There's no dalil. It's reasoning. Like, if there's someone missing in the chain, if somebody didn't meet somebody alive and you are reporting on somebody, some events that you didn't witness, your testimony will be weak. That's logic. It's not anything. It's not. We don't need dalil for that, do we? Right? So the whole point I'm trying to say is that it's just annoying, man. Like, after right now in my life, I've gotten to that level where I'm just done with all of this stuff. Nah, I'm not gonna get myself involved in it. It will just be dishonest and hypocrisy on my part. I would never feel like, imagine me trying to make a video, hey, this thing is wrong. This you have gone. How can you not see this verse? You know, that's another thing. By the way, guys, they will keep on dumping text for you, just like Protestants. You know, Protestants, they will go and find the verse. They say, look at this verse, as if there's no another verse that can counteract that. Just look at the argument between the Asharis and the Atharis or the Salafis. It's all like, okay, this guy bring one verse, this guy bring another verse. Now what? Both of them have verses that they can use. So you quoting a verse doesn't necessarily solve the problem. ليس كمثل شيء وهو السميع البصير. As if the Asharis don't quote it, they quote it too. Why are you quoting it then? There's more work that needs to be done. That's why you quoting it doesn't solve the problem. If you don't realize that, you're not reasoning, you're just conforming, you're scared. That's right. One day I'll make this video about this, inshallah. You're scared, you're not reasoning, you're scared of hellfire. That's why you're conforming. It's not because it makes sense, no. It's because you're scared that if I don't follow it, who am I? I'm going to go to hellfire. That's why you are conforming to all of these doctrines. You didn't come up with them, neither do you even understand them. Okay, you're just defending them. You're wearing it like a badge of honor. We are these people, right? So me, alhamdulillah, I didn't get myself engrossed in this. So I'm able to stand back and be like, you know what? I don't want to be part of that. I don't see anybody making points that cannot be refuted. All I see is people that are scared arguing against each other. You will never get clarity out of that. Funny enough, the people that you get clarity with are people that are not scared. They are trying to be academic. When you're being academic, you're not scared. You're trying to find the truth objectively, scientifically. You know, that kind of lens. That's what you're trying to do. But if you are scared, I'm not saying don't be scared. Like, should I say don't have taqwa? Of course, have taqwa. That's why we are trying to find the truth. Okay. So anyway, take out whatever you want to make of this video. I just wanted to put that out there. I just watched somebody another refutation video, like you always do. Who is having the truth? Everybody is saying the hack everywhere. Even Christians and Protestants and Orthodox, hack truth. all over the place. What is that truth? Imagine someone's bystander looking at this, be like, what is this truth you guys are talking about? Nobody seems to know, because each one is saying the other one doesn't have it. It's just making that claim. They will go and prove it by just undermining the other person's position. That's what ends up happening. And this guy will come back and be like, that was not our point. You misrepresented us. You're a liar. You have evil in your heart. Blah, blah, blah. Right? Don't get yourself involved with this. If you really care about this stuff, go and study. Stop making refutation video. Don't do it. Okay? Don't refute people. Stop refuting anybody. You know, if you want to do dawah, don't do argumentative dawah. I will advise you guys, don't do argumentative dawah. Go and do dawah like sharing food to people. You know, Dr. Yasikodi said this, and I didn't understand at that time. Go and do sharing food, being kind to people. Don't make argumentative dawah the main point in your what's it called, your methodology, because you might not be able to handle it when it comes back to you. That's why those Christian apologists are becoming atheists, because when they try to defend the faith with reason, logic. Hey, let's defend the faith. Argue with everybody, right? Argue with the Muslims, make arguments against the Muslims. Then when they see that they're not being consistent, and they just lose it, man. Because as human beings, our reasoning takes precedence. You will see people will not. After some time, it's gonna fade away. If something doesn't make sense, after some time, it's not gonna last. It's going to be self-inconsistent, and when people see that, they're going to leave it. You cannot stop it. Okay, so that's why I'm advising you, as someone that has tried to do it. You know, I've tried to do this argumentative stuff. There's a place for it. I'm not gonna say eliminate it, but I will say, don't make it the main point of your methodology. Make being nice, helping people, showing Islam in an emotional way. Okay, let's say it like that, in an emotional way. Try to persuade people. Yeah, persuasion. Don't be like this hardcore reason. If it doesn't make sense, I will not accept it, because you're not consistent. You're a conformist. A conformist doesn't reason. A conformist conforms. I don't know if that's a conformist doesn't say, this one, this. You know, when you're young, do you ever say, this is one position and this is another position, I think this one is right? No. You follow whatever the teacher in your madrasa is saying. That's what you follow at the end of the day. Okay? And even while you're growing up, when I became a Salafi, I didn't take an oath to become a Salafi. I just see all the people around me at that time, the mosque I was going to, that's what they were saying. Hey, Quran and Sunnah, with the understanding of this. Now, when I find inconsistency, am I allowed to point it out? No, you're not allowed. It's either you conform or you get out of the manhaj. Those are the kind of things that made me stop and be like, you know what, I'm done with this. Nah, I'm not gonna just conform, because I was conforming to one before, and then I came here and you asked me to conform again. What is the delil for that? What is the rational evidence for that? None. You just see, it's too simplistic. Watch some of my other videos, and you will see like I don't even make videos anymore sometimes. It's because I don't want to say something bad. I don't want to say something that will make some people angry, you know. And I feel like I'm responsible for myself. I don't want to force you to leave whatever it is you are following, but me, in and of myself, inside of me, some things don't make sense, and I cannot just accept them. I'm sorry. So I'm able to. The only place I find solace, maybe like, why are you not scared of hellfire? I find happiness or solace in thinking that, what is the main point of Islam? Okay, to believe in Allah, to pray, salah. So those things, the 5 pillars of Islam. Okay, I believe them and I implement them. Pray your salah, fast, believe in Allah, don't do shirk. That's all. That's all I need. Whether all this argument about all those things, if you're not a scholar, don't be involved in this. That's my advice for you. Let me see what you guys think in the comment section. See you guys later. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.